Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about 3 things that you probably didn't know about the Curly Girl method. But before I get into that, if you are new here, hi, my name is Taylor. I am a busy mom of 2 here to teach you how to embrace your natural waves and curls with simplicity and without compromising a bunch of your valuable time and money. So if you've ever done a quick Google search or YouTube search, which may be how you landed here, on embracing your natural waves or curls, you've probably ran into the Curly Girl method, which we know at the most basic of basic levels is no silicones and no sulfates in your hair routine. And it goes even further than that with no silicones, no sulfates, no wax, no alcohol, no parabens, and no phthalates. And if you did not know the basis of the Curly Girl method, it is based off of this book by Lorraine Massey. She created the Curly Girl method, and it is all in this book. And if you are not familiar with Lorraine Massey, she is the co-founder of the brand Diva Curl. And if you hear the name Diva Curl and you're automatically like, nope, we're done here. Absolutely not. We're not even going to explore the Curly Girl method. I am here to assure you that, as I understand it, Lorraine Massey sold her portion of the company long and well before the Diva scandal from a couple of years ago. So let's break down this book a little bit. All of the ingredients that I just listed off that you aren't supposed to use in your hair, that are rules that you aren't supposed to use, everything is in this book with explanation of why you shouldn't use each ingredient. And I'm not going to get into all of that, but I am going to get into the rules that you probably didn't know about that are in this book, and I didn't know about for probably the first 3 years of my curly hair journey until I bought this book on Amazon and read it for myself. So the first Curly Girl method rule that you probably didn't know about, that I certainly did not know about, is that you're not supposed to use any heat on your hair. And you probably already know, okay, with the Curly Girl method, I'm not supposed to straighten my hair. I'm not supposed to use a curling iron on my hair. But no heat means no heat, not even with your diffuser. 0, no heat at all. So the second Curly Girl method rule that you probably did not know about is that you are not allowed to brush your hair. And what the Curly Girl method means by this is that you are not allowed to use any kind of brush on your hair if you are following the Curly Girl method to the T. You cannot use any kind of curly hair friendly hairbrush, which there are a ton out there now, or a wide tooth comb. The only thing you get to use is your fingers to detangle. And when I first read that, I was like, you mean to tell me that with curly and wavy hair, which is already very susceptible to being very tangly, especially in the very beginning of the curly wavy hair journey, when it needs detangled, which is at the very least every single wash day, the only thing we get to use is our fingers. Didn't know about that one, that's for sure. So the last and final thing about the Curly Girl method that you probably did not know about is that you are not supposed to shampoo your hair. And when she says that in this book, it's not straightforward. It's kind of confusing because she says you cannot use a shampoo because shampoo contains sulfates. And if you've watched any of my other videos or you've gone shopping for curly hair products, there are a lot of curly hair shampoos out there, or just shampoos in general, that are sulfate free. So I don't know if maybe she wrote this book before there were sulfate free shampoos. Maybe most of the shampoos or all of the shampoos when she wrote this book contain sulfates. I mean, this book isn't that old. The Curly Girl method is not that old. But at the same time, the whole curly hair thing has really blown up in the last few years. In the last few years, pretty much every brand out there has created a curly hair line. And a lot of those shampoos from those lines are sulfate free. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there, because at the same time that she's saying, no shampoo, but is it no shampoo with sulfate or no shampoo in general? At the same time, she's also putting a big emphasis on co-washing, and she kind of makes it seem like everybody should co-wash their hair and that is how you should cleanse your hair. And I'm really gonna have to disagree with that. I personally have been on my curly hair journey for over 5 years now, and I have never been able to get a co-wash to work for my hair. My scalp is very oily and they just do not work for my hair. And I think a lot of other people probably are the same way. It's just not gonna work for a lot of people. So the idea that she's possibly saying that you can only cleanse your hair with a co-wash, I do not agree with that at all. So what are your thoughts on the 3 things I just shared about the curly girl method? Do you already know about these things, or were you as shocked as I was when I learned about them? Let me know in the comments down below. So the next video in this little curly girl method mini series will be me sharing my opinion of the curly girl method and whether or not I think that it's worth it for you to follow the curly girl method. So make sure to look out for that video next week. And if you are coming to this video at a later date, I will have that video linked up here and in the description down below. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.